Hello guys, welcome to my channel, and today I want to talk about emotional abandonment in a narcissistic family dynamic or a dysfunctional family where like the family is complete. We have the mother, we have the father and the children, and they are basically comfortable, or they have the food, basic needs, the food, the shelter and the clothing are met. But when it comes to emotional reflection or emotional support or emotional love, it's like it's completely not there for the person who is emotionally abandoned. So basically, children who have been like emotionally abandoned basically means that they do not know themselves. They don't have a strong identity to themselves. They don't even know themselves quite well. They require another person to sort of validate their identity. So somehow these people, they end up being like these people pleasers. This is one of the issues in like the emotionally abandoned children, is that since they growing up, they had to sort of please their primary caregivers. They had, when they needed something emotionally reflected back to them, they had to do something to gain that validation or that any approval from their said caregiver or parent. So you find this is like what is called conditional love, sort of like kama ufanyi kile mimi nasema, I will completely ignore you or give you the silent treatment until my will is done. So this child grows up not knowing themselves, but living for basically their caregiver, because they are actually emotionally at their mercy. So if it is a healthy family, what usually goes on, the parent is able to separate themselves emotionally and recognizing that this child, despite being young or small, they still are a person in themselves. They need their boundaries, they need their privacy, and they also need the love, unconditional love. They also need like the comfort. These are things you do not get in a dysfunctional family or a narcissistic family. So you find that mtoto anakuanga tu like lost, ama anakuanga you tend to have two types of reactions, sort of. You can either be this quiet, withdrawn, quiet, like completely you just withdraw from other people because you don't understand, or they become like the height, the person, they become rebellious as a form of coping mechanism because they don't understand what is going on. What they don't know is that in a narcissistic family, you are not permitted or allowed to be yourself. It is sort of like illegal. Yani, like seriously, it's illegal. You are basically or technically alive for your parents, so you do what is required of you, and you continue acting the part that was given to you in childbirth. That was before even you knew yourself, like physically. You had already been assigned your role in the family and what to act. It's like a little family casting program. Kule watu umepewa, wewe utaact kama huyu mtoto mzuri, wewe na wewe utaact kama kichwa ngumu, wewe utaact kama ule mtoto akuangi tu kwa nyumba, wanaendanga tu kucheza, alafu mwingine anapewa roles maybe ya kukua, wewe ndio utakuanga uko karibu na mimi. These are roles that narcissistic parents assign their children, because the roles these children are given, they are not theirs. But since narcissists believe they are the perfect human beings, even the kids believe the narcissistic parent is perfect because of what has been fed in his or her mind. So you find that these children, and there's no oneness in the family. There's always sort of secrecy and teaming up and telling one person and being sure that it will reach to the other party. There's no open communication inside that home. But from the outside, it's always portrayed as this perfect family, but you can't quite explain what goes on. It is because of the, I would say, convoluted paradise in that convoluted paradigm in that family. So sort of when these people grow up, they have like so low self-esteem, and then they are majorly on people pleasing, because that is the reflection they got growing up, that you had to please a certain parent to get something that you need, not even want, you need, or to be praised or to be like loved. It's like you are in prison. And by the narcissists, it's like you are just playing their roles. You don't get to be you don't get to have your own likes or your own world separate from your family. So okay, what I would say is with abandonment issue, these people who feel like they do not know themselves, they require, when you grow up, when you go to dating, you sort of attract the same person that you left behind, like from what was reflected in your childhood. So you sort of, if you had a narcissistic mother and you are a woman, you sort of attract a narcissistic man, because you'll always want to please, and so you can be validated, because that's how emotionally screwed up you are. You are shown that to get something you had to please someone, you had to be obedient, you have to be really like flat out humble, even when it hurts you personally. So what you should do is sort of like try and be creating your own time, personal time. If you feel like these are things that you are going through, sort of try and create your own time, and the things maybe you would have wanted to do but were not allowed to do, you can just bring them back. Or like, for example, you just take up hobbies that you would have wanted to do, but at the time in your childhood were told it was either wrong or it was selfish of you to want to do something of the sort, or basically you were told downright no, or completely ignored, or either gaslighted to be to think that you are the one who is insane. So you can start by like listening to maybe good music that just nourishes your soul. You can create your own tiny little hobby that is your own creation. It was not the idea of any other being. Maybe you can do like flower planting. You can get even a pet like for you personally. And you also, it's good to journal, it's good to write down when you feel like you are not being heard emotionally, despite you trying to explain yourself the best way you know how. Emotional abandonment is like the worst abuse, because people don't understand what you are saying, because you are basically, it's like you may abandon mtoto, but you are still there with the child. You understand? Balafu mtoto hana yongu, they do not have that knowledge to explain what is going on, because even them themselves, they don't know. and they grow up thinking that this identity is theirs, and they keep playing this role over and over again because they believe what they were told as kids. It is wrong. It is wrong. And I am actually telling you right now that you are complete. You are an amazing person. You do not require another person to reflect to you who you are. You just need to tap into your heart and find that that makes your heart happy. And funny enough with the hearts is that everything is there and there is nothing negative there. But we are always taught how dangerous it is to love yourself. It's sort of shown like it's selfish. It's selfish that you love yourself. But ask yourself, if you do not love yourself, who will come to love you better than the way you can give yourself that love? So it's good to start by giving yourself that love. That love that you are looking out there. It's good to validate yourself. The validation you are looking out there, it's within you, it's in your heart, and you need to believe that it is there because God placed it in your heart. The reason you don't know this is because it was never reflected, so it was never tapped in your heart that you are a good person, that you are a complete person, and that you are prone to mistakes just like any other human being. So you need to be permitting yourself to be relaxed. You need to be permitting yourself to be happy, and you need to be giving yourself that sense that you are peaceful and you are complete. In time, the neurotransmitters in your brain, they usually change the pattern to believe what you are saying. It's sort of like fake it till you make it. So you lie to your brain that you are happy, you lie to your brain that you are complete until it starts believing, because that's the truth. But your brain has been programmed into a system that's not straight. It is so crooked, and you think that there's a problem with you, and you think that you need saving to a point that the only way you know how to get in touch with yourself is through self-destructive manner, like taking drugs or engaging in reckless sexual behavior without be protecting yourself, or getting into these dangerous sports that may harm you in an attempt to get in touch with your heart. So basically what I'm trying to say is you are complete. You do not need to engage in very extreme dangerous stuff or abusive things that may harm you in the long run. You need to start loving yourself. You need to stop being your own worst enemy just because someone else planted the seed and the idea in your mind that you will never be complete. It is not your fault. The narcissist will never be complete. The narcissist, they love themselves very shallowly. They are very shallow when they come to themselves. So the only thing they can give you is the shallowness that is in their heart. You do not blame them. In fact, with narcissists, I always tell someone, you need to pity them, because they would rather hurt and harm other people emotionally rather than face their heart, their pain, the pain maybe that was inflicted in them. They were also abused, but it is not an excuse to abuse the next person just because you are hurt. You've heard the term that hurt people. You do not have to live in that path. You can choose to love yourself, and I'm telling you, when you start loving yourself, you attract the same. Right now you may be attracting people who are of the same negativity or sort of frequency you are tapping. You can actually choose to just raise your vibration and say that I will always look at my world from a place of love and from a place of peace, and be content with what you have. Be content with what was given you, even though it was not enough. Be content and say that it is because of that mode of dynamic you were raised in, you purpose to become a better person, and God will bless you in your own way because of choosing to let go and forgive and choose to be just like you. Be live in your truth. The things that you are scared, watu watasema nini, what will the extended family say, you just live to your truth, such that you don't have to remember about what you said last or what you did last, because it will be your truth and you can stand with it and you can take full responsibility. I'll just finish by saying you guys are lovely and God loves you all. We were all brought to this world to experience, not to suffer. So I hope you guys, this video will help someone there feeling abandonment in their heart, or feeling like they are incomplete. So thank you. Please subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Bless you.